everybody. My name is Tommy, and today I will talk about my demo report. Yeah, it's demo no 4, so it has to be named report on demo no 4 by Tommy. But you shouldn't add a Tommy part. Okay, so the gathering location of the last reports of the last demo is the Temple of Literature and the Vietnamese Military History Museum. Well, at our first stop, the Temple of Literature, we learned about at the gate. We learned about the Tiger Fort and the Dragon Gate. At the Dragon Gate, often we call Long Môn in Vietnamese, was a gate used for common carps to jump over to turn into dragon. Every month of August and July, we did it. All the carp who jump over the hill, or can set the high hill or mountain, can be turned into a dragon. In other words, it can be a part of student learning to complete a doctoral exam. The Tiger Board, however, is a list that describes all the talented doctors who have complete all the tasks and the exam and the royal exam too. Next, we talk about the history of the temple. The Temple of Literature firstly was built in 1017 by Lý Thánh Tông. The statue of Confucius and his 4 main disciples were carved, and the Confucian students or the Confucian scholars were painted. In 1076, Lý Nhân Tông constructed the Imperial Academy next to the Temple of Literature. It was used to teach bureaucrats. Nobles, royalty, and other members of the elite. The university remains from 1076 to 9. It remained open from 1076 to 1802. The Nguyen Dynasty monarch founded the Huế capital when they established the Imperial Academy. The academy in Hanoi Temple lost all its permanents and became a school for the Hoa district. Well, not really like at that time. But is there smoke? Is there no? Okay. Under the French protector of the Van Riel Courtesan of the Temple of Literature and the Imperial Academy was resisted as a monument historique in 1906. The monument historique was something that given in the site to the French to be at the heritage site. During the period of 1945 and 1954, the French demolished parts of the temple to make additional room for the St. Paul Hospital, since hospital cavity were full during the times of war. Well, war always needs hospital to treat the injured soldiers. Let's talk about the layouts, or actually the their architecture. At the first country yard, extended from the Great Portico to the Diatrium, which is flanked by two smaller gates that tie the gates and rectangular gate. Second country yard. The second country yard is known as the Great Central Country and sometimes the country yard of the Great Success. Never can you become successing great, but surprise, surprise, you can never say it. The third gate, or the third country yard. One entered the third country yard from the Huy Văn Gap. Fabulous. In the third country yard, the Thiên Quang Well is the Thiên Quang Well. I'll actually Thiên Quang Tỉnh and Vietnamese. It's a lake. Straightforward of the Huy Văn Gap Passage. It's in the middle of the whole country yard, and the two sides of it were Dr. Stele. The doctor's stone tablet or the stapler stele were written in a Chinese kind of writings at that time there was Chinese domination, to make or write down all the great things the doctors have make or have grant, or the all great thing that he tried to help our country with his knowledge. At first, there are 166 stelae, but many much was stolen, and now only 64 stelae will remain. Now let's use the subtraction number. 166 minus 64. 1 million. I won't say the answer because it's secret and I know the answer. But and you'll probably find out. Not really. The stealing and the destroying of the stele is much disappearing, Many, over 100. The Dr. Stele is a valuable historical source for the study of culture, education, and sculpture of the Vietnam. Not really 64, but actually on the one side, or I think it's 64. Sorry for the 64 part. It is actually 82 remains. They depict the names and the birthplace of the 1307 graduated by 82 triennial royal exams. Between 1442 and 1779, 81 exams were held by the Lê dynasty, and one was held by the Mạc dynasty. The ancient Chinese engraving on each stele praised the mentis of the monarchs and the site of reason holding the royal exams. They also records all exams, but the Lê was making pretty much 82. No, they made 81, and one was made by the Mạc dynasty. But the rest was stolen, destroyed, or sold. Now let's talk about the Vietnamese military history museum. Well, when we go to the Vietnamese military history museum, we probably set at the war. About the Vietnamese war, there is the China. We talked and we saw about the 1,000 years of domination, facing the changes of being assimilated, hunger, and many more. The crimes of being left to starve because they take all our food, our special things on the earth, like gold or pearl, something like that. And they left us to be poor and starving. They told about how our people actually, their, the governors, how our Asian and how our people defeated China and took the free route back to our country. But next is France. We learn very much about the Dinh Phu or the weapons that we use, like what is it called? AK-47 or B-48, many like that. In the America, well, it should be the best. It marked the linebacker 2 operation, which is Dinh Phu Chit Khong in Vietnamese. It also connected to the Paris France is Paris Revolution. Is the August Revolution. They really bombed at the linebacker 2 operation. They bombed our country, destroying the north and shooting the south. But then they lose because of the willpower of our Vietnamese. So that is about my report today. Do you have any question?
I have one question.
Okay.
Can you talk more about the flag in Military Museum?
The Military History Museum, huh? Well, the flag is the largest or highest flag in Hanoi. It had many rows, but the actual floors that we can stand is 2. 1 and 2. The highest is the 2nd floor. And the wood that keep us from falling is pretty short. You have to be careful or you trip and you probably hurt your hand, your feet, or maybe even your life. So you have to be careful. But nevertheless, it is a very beautiful place. The high, and when you want a check-in, you can start there. And at the 2nd floor, which we can stand, you can see the airplanes, but it's small anyway, and even the corpse of the airplane or the BW-2 that the Americans used to bomb the north. So that is my answer.
Yes, I have another question. Only the final question to you.
Okay.
Why Huy Su Huay Van Các is Hanoi symbol? Why Huy Su Huay Van Các is Hanoi symbol?
Symbol, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, in the middle of Huay Van Các there is a circle, and there's many rays in it. It marks the sun, and the red color is for luck. It's really much of the willpower, the hard work, and the sunshine, smile, and happiness of the people. So we choose that as the symbol of the capital. That's my answer.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Not really connected, but I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Goodbye.